All right, let's ride together. We are leaving Bartlett, Illinois, and we are headed to Strongsville, Ohio. Now, this is, of course, early in the morning. I would say around 3 or 4 o'clock. And so here we go. And do not worry, it's not going to be just traffic. I'm going to pull over here shortly on my 30-minute break during the daylight hours and put the camera on my head for you. I'm also going to take you into the small town, which I'm sure it is, to my receiver. All right, and you can be with me as I back up. Right now we are in Ohio, very close to Cleveland, Ohio, and I got a delivery to make over in Strongsville, Ohio, which I've never been before, and this load came from Illinois, and I am beat, very tired. I've been driving for about 7 hours. And I'm about, let's see how far I am from this place. All right, let's see. I am an hour and about 2 hours away from this place. So we're gonna roll out and get this done. Hopefully pick up a load nearby, then stop and get some rest. Like I said, I'm tired. All right. So I did a cooking video and I haven't uploaded it just yet because I think it's kind of, I don't know, I'm missing I used to have a table. I don't have a table. I'm using a bucket for a table. So there's a lot of things I want to tweak before I do a cooking video, but maybe I'll just do it and say, forget it, who cares? You know, sometimes it's a rough life out here on the road, and just the way I can show it, right? All right, so we are squared away. Let's get out of here, and we're off. Now that was a quick, I just did a 30-minute break, and it was fantastic. Man, I slept for 30 minutes, and I know you guys know what it feels like. 30 minutes feels like 5 minutes. All right, let's see how to get out of here. How do we get out of this joint? Exit. All right, I know what that means. It's a pretty big travel center here. All right, follow that guy. I bet he knows where he's at. So I am on I-80 eastbound. Cool weather right now. It's about 50 degrees. I just came out of also out of Michigan, down by Kalamazoo, and it was pretty cold down there, or up there, and they're supposed to have a storm later on today. I heard there's another storm coming for the Northeast. All right, I'm not that heavy, maybe I think 8,000 pounds, so I'm very light, which is the first time I've been that light, I think, ever. That's pretty light. These guys are flying by me at 70 miles per hour. All right, so stay tuned. All right, so we are still traveling. We're on 80 going eastbound. And we were headed to 71 southbound into Strongsville. So basically, got about 80 miles altogether, and then we'll be there. So yesterday, like I said, I was doing a cooking show, and I think I'll broadcast it, or I'll put it up after this video. Or maybe I'll do a new cooking show tonight. So some of you have been asking about an update, what's happening in the Philippines and all that. The Philippines is good, right? My family there, they're doing very well. They know I miss and love them very much. You know, there's a process that has to be done, and that's what we're trying to take care of. And we'll see what happens. You know, everything is going to be a positive thing, no matter what it is. Positive outcome. You got to keep your faith in God and just roll with it, right? So everybody's doing very well. Our niece there, she's a nurse, and she was bitten by that mosquito. So she has dengue. So she is fighting that flu right now, which she's doing a lot better. So Shira, I love you, girl. You get well quick, and soon we will share a cold one together. But yeah, she's great, really funny person. During the Christmas party, she's the one that like the star of the party. I think she actually won one of the games, so she's a lot of fun. But I know she's gonna recover. She's doing well. A lot of prayers going to her, and I got to get over somehow. Let's see if these guys in the tank will let me in. I see flashing lights. I don't like flashing lights. Construction crew. Let's see if he's gonna let me in. All right, he's gonna let me in. Nice fella. So yeah, she's doing great. I do miss Papa's food. Oh my goodness. You guys name it, he would cook it. You know? He would make me shrimp. He would make me pancit. He would make me my codfish, fried codfish, pompano fish, calamari. Man, I'm getting hungry thinking about all the food. Adobo. Very, very, very good. So yeah, I mean, I miss his cooking, but I miss him too. He's a great guy. Hope he's doing well. He's probably not gonna watch these videos. He never did. He never did. But we had a great time, and it'll happen again. Man, this Highway 80, a lot of trucks out in this way. I wonder if this guy's gonna let, come on, let me get out of here. You can let me in there, buddy? Sweet. My goodness. Everybody's going to Cleveland, I guess. So, yeah, Philippines is doing good. Gwen's doing great. And, you know, she watches the channel. And my family here in the States, they're doing fantastic as well. Maybe I'll do a video when I go see my sister Kathy. See if I can get her to be on camera. You guys know how that goes. Some people do not want to be on camera, and she's one of them. But we have a great time there. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Maybe I'll do something kind of fun over there in Texas. I'm not going to be going back. I'm going to stay out on the road for a while. I don't want to burn out, but I like making that money, that's for sure. But I'll probably go back definitely for Memorial. I got my sister coming in from Connecticut, and my nieces are going to be there, my nephews. So there's going to be a lot of people, and we're going to play some cornhole and just really have a good time with the family here in the States. So, but thanks for asking about her, about Gwen and the kids. They're doing great. We miss each other, of course, but you know, there's nothing we can do. We just have to deal with the cards that we've been dealt and let God take it from there. Good old Stevens Transport. So where I just came from in Illinois, man, I was nervous because I finished my load around 2 or 3 o'clock, and usually, you know, it's tough to get a parking spot for this truck. So I saw, and I'm not familiar with the area that I was in. I forget the city, but it was right next to Muffinville, I think it's called. Muffinville, Illinois. How can you forget that name? So I saw a UPS semi-truck driver next to me at my shipper, and so I spoke to him and I said, hey, you're familiar with the area, right? He's like, oh yeah. And I Google searched and everything else, and honestly I didn't find a truck stop. Well, he goes, yeah, there's a TA right up the road. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, man. Because usually TAs, you can get a parking spot no matter what. They're very big. And when I went down there in Muffinville, there's the TA. Then I saw a Love's across the street, but there was a TA, there was a Love's, and the Love's was huge. Oh my goodness, I'm talking very, very large. One of the largest Love's that I've seen in a while. And I believe there's two other gas stations out there. I don't know the names of them, but if you are ever out of time and you want to rest and you have to do your 10 hours or what have you, you can go to Muffinville, just look up TA truck stop, and you have 4 choices. And besides that, when I left this morning, which was around 2 o'clock, I think, there was trucks all along the highway, parked on the side, on the shoulders. I really don't like parking on the shoulders. It's very dangerous. That's how DUIs run into the back of you, or even truck drivers that are tired. You know, things do happen. Mirrors do get ripped off. But I've seen many, many trucks parked on the shoulders, under the overpasses, even continuing down the highway. There was trucks on the side. So Illinois State Police, they allow truckers to rest, which is very cool. Now you go to Maryland, forget it. There's nowhere to park. You got to find a truck stop, you know, the welcome centers, maybe some fuel stations, but it's very tough to find parking around the 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock hour. I got 30 minutes until I get to my receiver, so I'm excited about that. I'm gonna try to videotape wearing this headgear, back it up to the dock. Hopefully it'll come out right. And thinking of the Philippines, those of you that are in the Philippines, or even here in America, check out Pop Radio. Pop Radio. A good friend of mine is the DJ there. Actually, he's the one who owns the Pop Radio. That's Clive. And you'll hear him on there. And there's times where you can call and request songs for just yourself or you and your loved one. Usually like 80s music, 90s to today. You know, he's got good comedy shows on there. I used to always listen to him when I was in the Philippines. But yeah, it's a really great radio station. So shout out to you, Clive. Pop Radio, P-O-P Radio in the Philippines. Yeah, if you happen to look up his station, he's got a blue logo. Can't miss it. Very bright blue. Pop Radio. So we're looking pretty good. We're still cruising down 80. A little bit windy outside, and we have about 25 miles to go until I hit my destination, and 19 more miles until I turn on 71 southbound. All right, here's my exit, 161 Strongville. Now I hope when I get to the receiver, it's first come, first serve. I'm hoping that, number one, they're not on lunch, or I gotta wait, because I only have 3 hours left on my clock for the day. Or if I gotta wait in line, it's a live unload, which means I have to back to a dock, keep my trailer with me, and they're gonna take off the freight, which I love actually. But hoping I don't have to wait. But if I do, that's okay. I'll make the best of it. Yesterday I ran 2 hours behind because when I was at the shipper had made a mistake, and man, I was there for 2 hours. But that's okay. Still getting paid. But yeah, so that kind of really delayed my time, you know, because I knew where I was going. I knew I was coming here, and I was supposed to be here at 8 o'clock this morning. But I called this morning and spoke to ops, and I said, hey, you know, due to last night's event and you know, the time change, of course, Central Time to Eastern, I'm gonna be a little bit late. And they said, that's okay. You know, then they called up and they made it like an open window for me, first come, first serve. So that's very cool. So I'm now getting off at the exit. And let's hope it's not a really small town I gotta drive through. Oh my goodness, it seems like every time I do a delivery lately, it's going through a small town. Like, I didn't film the other small town I was in yesterday. That sucker was really small town. But anyway, it is what it is. You just gotta be careful. You know, I have good weather. It's dry outside. It's not snowing. It's not raining. It's just, you know, just a cloudy day. It's gonna storm probably tonight. Let's go through the toll real quick. These little guys coming through. Open sesame. Alright, we're going 71 southbound. Going towards Columbus. And I am 4 miles away, about 5 miles away from my receiver. And 71 does not look bad at all. It is early, it's only 11:32 in the morning. So you know what that means? That means I'm going to get a truck spot for the night when I pick up from wherever I'm going. Man, the police are out in force. Exit 231 Bravo. Alright, so here we are. We're off the exit. We're on the ramp. We're in the middle lane. I like to be on the outer lane if I could, but the sign back there, I don't think that outer lane would go to my direction. So I took the middle lane, which is better than the inner lane. Yeah, I could have easily taken it. Oh, what do you see there? So I'm glad I took the middle lane. And we got about 2.5 miles before we take a right onto our next road. Now, I Google mapped the receiver, and it's definitely in a small area. And the street that it's on, I got to take a left between 2 bushes. That's all I saw on the Google map. Like, there's no big access road. It's a small road, and there's trees that are actually on each side. So I'm hoping that it's accessible. I guess we're gonna find out together. All right, so this is my light. 237 north. Things you look for when you come up to a right turn. You look for that pole right there, but the pole's definitely out of the way, so that's not a problem. How you doing there, Bear? Bear's always happy. All right, this is us. Now this one's a little tight, so I'm gonna stay in this lane and then take that right turn. Make sure nobody's coming over. And we're gonna make this turn. I'm glad there's nobody here on the turn lane, because they would have had to back up. Little tight towns, man. And we're looking for 2770 Richway Market. And here's the 2 trees. This is it. All right, so I don't see a sign for trucks, but I'm guessing, I think this is it. Yeah, this has got to be it. And the noise that you heard is my tablet from Variant letting me know that I made it to my destination. So it's 10 miles per hour through here. And I remember the GPS, or not the GPS, but the Google map, you stayed on this road, and then it goes around the building here by the docks. We got a sign here: Administration, Employment Office, Customer Pickup, Shipping, Receiving. All right, we're going straight. You would think they make this a little bit wider since they have semi trucks coming through. Anyway, there's the docks. You see the UPS trailer. So I'm gonna park this bad boy and find out, what am I doing? Which dock am I going to? Get close to the curb as I can. Wow, I'm so happy there's nobody here. See, I love this kind of stuff. Let me get close to this curb because it's always good to get closer to the dock like this. Leave room for a truck that's leaving. That way you can go ahead and do your turn and back up. All right, now let me go find the shipping office. I'll be back. All right. So she told me we're going to dock 16 without hitting that curb. All right, here we go. All right, we're good. 16. Got a lot of room out here, which is really nice. Well, you know what? Sometimes when you have all this room, it gives people problems to back up to a dock. Like if you're going between trailers, it's a lot easier. Isn't that weird? All right, so there's 16. We're a little off, not by much, but we're definitely off. Told you, it's a lot easier when you're going in between two and having all this open space. I'll just swing it in there. We're just going to straighten it out and then we'll open our doors. I always like to get my position first before I open the doors, depending on the location. So we are good. Get this sucker straight. Alright. Let's open these doors now. It's very windy outside, so you may not be able to hear me. Thought I lost my little key. That wouldn't have been good. All right, let's hurry up before another truck comes in here. It is windy. It's a nice cool day though. I'd say right now it's about 50 with a wind chill factor, maybe 40. Because it is very windy out. Oh my goodness. Now my trailer doors are terrible because they like to become unsecure by themselves. I usually have a wire that's attached to them, but the wire's nowhere to be found. Oh, we're almost there. That's weird. Well, they made this really narrow. You're pretty much driving on the yellow line, and usually you're in between the yellow lines. But as you can see, they want you on the line. There we go. And then once that's done, I always like to look just to make sure the ramp has no problem getting onto the back of my tractor or on the back of my trailer. So let's take a quick peek. I pointed out to you, but from here you can see ramp's going to clear both sides. So we're good. And as you, I don't know if you heard that or not, but they are putting down the ramp and they're gonna start unloading me. All right guys, hey, thanks for hanging out with me. Pretty cool. And thanks for subscribing. I appreciate everybody here, believe me. And our trip to 1,000, that would be pretty neat. All right, until then, be safe you guys.